What's up, guys? We're back with Talking Sobriety with Colin Morrison. I got Russ back in the studio, or the garage, whatever you want to call it. But I feel that the last episode when we had Russ and Skyler in, I don't want to say it was like fake or I just not really sugarcoating, but I just want to get more like in depth what it's like being paralyzed and what you do to overcome all the challenges. Because for me and my sobriety, it's all peachy. I'm always happy in all the videos. You know, there are downtimes. It's not always like that. Like, you do have to put a lot of work into it. And I feel that I watched the video and it just seems like you have a perfect life. Everything's good. But I know that there's more issues that you have to deal with.
Oh, for sure.
And I just feel I want to be honest because all the people out there watching this are people watching to get advice. You know, they're probably going through their addiction. They want to know how to beat it. And I just feel that if you can live a good life and what you're doing, you're not on pills, you're not on anything, you're paralyzed, and you call me more than most of my normal, you know, just most of my active friends. How do you say that without like sounding, you know what I mean? I'm just saying you're living more of a life than 99% of my other friends, you know?
I hear that a lot, dude.
And it's crazy. So like, it's just a weird topic. So I guess like people already know your story, but do you want to tell your story how you got hurt again for maybe some people that don't know it?
So I got paralyzed in 2013, May of 2013. I was out in Lake Havasu, jumped off the back of the boat, hit the bottom of the river, broke my C4, C5 vertebrae, was in ICU for 5 weeks, and then went to Colorado for rehab for 3 months, and then flew back home to Simi Valley. So that's the hardest part of that thing was probably coming home.
That's where I want to touch. We didn't touch on it.
Right.
It was all happy, joy, our last. Like, what did you feel like? You always hear people, like, and especially after you, all my buddies that say, if I got paralyzed, I would shoot myself.
Right.
I would rather die. And after seeing you and Skyler, and I got other buddies, especially motocross, that are paralyzed and they're living a great life, and I bring up your story every day, like, dude, you got to see my boy Russ. Like, he's living life to the fullest, and he's paralyzed. So how can you say you're dealing with, you know, drug addiction, whatever? Like, you are living proof that anybody can get their life, you know, up and going and just be happy. Sure. But what did you feel like after you got paralyzed? Did you want to end it? Like, how was it?
Well, you know, when I was in rehab, it's you're busy from 9 to 5, so you're going, doing rehab.
Right after you got hurt, when you woke up and you knew you were paralyzed, like, what was going on in your head then?
Dude, I thought life was over. I'm like laying in a hospital bed, staring at the ceiling because that's all I could look at because I can't move until someone moved me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what kind of life am I gonna live? You know, I'm like, I'm not gonna live a life like this.
Did you already have your kids at that point?
Yeah, I had my son and daughter, and I thought of them. I was like, how am I gonna be a dad to them?
Yeah.
You know, I was coaching their soccer teams, taking them out, you know, all this stuff, and
I just got goosebumps. I'm like just thinking that, dude, because like I ride and I think of that shit. It's just not about going big. Like it's crazy. And I like you and just Ackerman, and it's gnarly because I see Chris Ackerman. He's having a tough time. You know, like he's not as motivating. I don't know. You have like a gift, and that's why I want to bring it into these people. You know, like you have some sort of gift why you got over that stuff and how you got over it. But so I guess going back to that, how did you get over that hump?
So, you know, when I flew home and I got settled in at my house and all that, dude, I was so depressed. I was like, so depressed, pissed off. Like, dude, what kind of life am I gonna live? I don't even want to live.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want anyone coming over. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm like, fuck this, dude. So
did they tell you were going to be paralyzed forever at that point?
Pretty much, yeah. So it's like, okay, well, when someone tells you that and you're new being injured, you're like, well, okay, well, that's great news, you know?
Yeah.
I'm never going to move again, so. And you can never say never, though. I know people that were paralyzed and shit, they're walking now, you know.
Aaron Baker, our good buddy.
Aaron Baker,
We thought he was paralyzed, and he just rode a bicycle across America.
Yeah.
So I just feel you can't give up hope, dude. You know that, but I think just giving people
Right.
hope out there, like, you can't give up.
You can't give up, and you know, everybody's different. You know, someone might walk, and shit, I might walk tomorrow, and I may never walk. You know, it's all how your body reacts, and everyone's body's different. You know.
Yeah. So I guess like the big thing I do this show is because I got my life back, being sober. Like I threw my life down the drain, but getting my life back, I want to show people how you can get your life back, dude. Drugs take out so many people every day, and alcohol, and you can get your life back. And I know people out there watch this to try and get a little bit of motivation to maybe try and change your life around. You're doing this all, I feel, if I was in a wheelchair, that I'd want to be on drugs. Like, I'd want to numb it out. I don't know, I guess not. That's like the addict in me, but like,
Right.
so I guess, how do you not? Because I don't know, that's where like we've had this discussion. Do I sound like a dickhead saying that? Or
Nah, dude, like, so.
how do you have the motivation? Like,
Well, dude, honestly, like being paralyzed is there's a little difference between being like a drug addict, because like being a drug addict, you could be like, well shit, I'm gonna stop drugs tomorrow, or I'm gonna do drugs again
I
tomorrow.
think the drug addiction, like people, when you're in that, you don't think there's a way out.
Right.
That's the way I thought. I thought I was doing drugs the rest of my life, and like I just want to die because I didn't think there's a way out.
Right. So, but being paralyzed, I can't go like, hey Colin, I'm gonna fucking start walking tomorrow. There's no way. I have to just deal with it. I have to accept it, you know. I have to accept it.
Dude, right there, if people hear that, like
accept
what
what
you just said, like if you're dealing with addiction, you can change your life around.
Right.
He can't. So like if you're out there, that's pretty powerful right there, man.
Because I have to sit there and accept it. I can either accept it, or I can say, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna be pissed off.
Yeah, I feel like
who wants to live pissed off every day? It's a joke.
Yeah, I know if I was dealing with addiction out there, watching this, I think what you just said probably would open my eyes a little bit.
No.
Knowing that you have a choice, people out there watching this, like I did. I got my life back. I got everything back. Still going. Make sobriety number one in my life.
Right.
You can't do anything about it, but I mean...
The only thing I do is accept, you know.
But you still have a great life. That's another thing. What were we talking about? We were talking about earlier... Oh man, we'll keep going on. I remember what I felt I was being a dick.
Well,
I know. I was saying, if I'm having a bad day,
right.
at least I'm not paralyzed.
Right.
You know, and I feel anybody out there, they can say the same thing. Like, dude, if you're having a bad day, like, dude, at least you can walk. At least but then I look at you, and you have such a good life. So then when I say that, I feel like I should take it back because I shouldn't. I feel like, everybody says that shit, you know?
Right.
Just being real, everybody says that. But not like hanging out with you, I totally take it back. I should say something else because you were living a good life.
But that's my choice.
That's your choice.
That's my choice. I want to be happy. I'm not going to let this stop me.
Exactly, because there's a lot of other people, I'm not going to say names because we're working on those people that are in your position and they don't see the vision that you're seeing, and they could be as happy, they could be going out doing stuff.
It's all what they make of it, you know. It's all in their attitude and what they want to do with it. So, you know, I could sit there and stay in bed and whimper and cry and be pissed off and hate the world, or I can get up every day, go out and do what I'm doing.
You are the most amazing person ever. Like, we shit talk because we're good friends. You always say you're going to run me over in your wheelchair. I always saw you going to knock you over, which I might.
Right.
But you are the strongest dude ever. I mean...
You know what, dude?
You really are.
A lot of people say that. I don't think I am. You know, everyone goes, oh, dude, you're so happy all the time. Or you're inspirational on Instagram. You know, hey, I have bad days.
And that's where...
Let's face it, everyone does, dude.
And that's where I'm saying. That's why I want to do this. Because I'm always jumping around. Happy, sobriety's rad, but... don't know, I kind of take it back. I do have bad days, but like it's 99% good.
How far you've come, dude. You can't just, you gotta be happy.
Every night I think about where I was.
Yeah, for sure.
And where I'm at, and then I'm always happy, but it's different. But there's people out there dealing with addiction.
Through it, dude.
Exactly. I think the biggest thing what I took away from tonight is that people out there dealing with addiction, they can turn it around. Like, you can turn it around. That's why you're watching this.
It's up to them to do it.
You can. So I mean, people watching that, they should like.
The only thing I could do is adjust my attitude.
Yeah.
Either love it or hate it. It's a bad day, not a bad life, dude. You know what I'm saying?
That's so rad, Russ. Is there any way we can shout you out, like anything?
Yeah.
What's your Instagram?
Follow me.
Yeah, you gotta follow this guy on
Russ on
Instagram.
Wheels. Russ_on_wheels.
I don't even know what to say. This was like, we've never had this talk, man. Like, I don't know. I think it was really, really, really powerful, and like, I really think you're the most amazing person there is.
I appreciate it, but I don't.
I get where you're coming from, because people,
Right. No, you hear it every day too. I'm sure, Like,
I get like, here's the thing with like recovering drug addicts and shit. Just because you're sober, you get so much praise. Like, dude, good job. Like,
right.
I get it, but really.
But it is. You did do a good job, So.
My sister should be getting that. My sister lived a perfect life. She never did anything. Right. She lived I went down the wrong road. I did fucking drugs like a dirt bag, and now I just got clean. Everybody's praising me, and all I'm doing, I get it. People like want to see success, but really, like sometimes I get it.
But you wanted it though. That's the difference. If you didn't want to get sober, you wouldn't be sober right now. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm just gonna talk about this, but this is kind of the reason I don't like AA meetings. I think I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that, but that's the reason I don't like meetings, because I don't like people clap. I've never got like my 1-year chip or anything. I don't want people to clap and like say good job. Just something about it, I just don't want it. And dude, people out there, you're doing the wrong thing. You need meetings. I still go to meetings, but for me, I don't like that. For me.
Right.
This is a way I stay clean, by doing these kind of things. It works for everybody, but for me, being able to tell my story in avenues like this is like what helps me, I guess. But yeah.
No, but like you say, like I come home and I'm doing. You come home from work, and what do? You go run in, you do this, you do that. It's like you always say, I'm keeping busy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's rad, Russ. Well, dude, thank you so much, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
If you guys are dealing with addiction, look at this story and know that you guys do have a choice. When Russ is living a good, happy life, but he can't. I turned it around. A lot of other people can, and you can get your life back. So please give it a shot. And just thank you guys. Man. Like you said, it's up to you. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week. We are out.
Peace.